Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's now dig deeper into the conversation between U.S. President Donald Trump, who has commended President Muhammadu Buhari on the successes recorded in the fight against Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria's northeast region. This formed part of the telephone conversation held by both leaders today, which centered on battling terrorism and improving bilateral relations between both countries. President Donald Trump also commended President Buhari on the rescue of some of the Chibok girls, just as he promised to push for a new bill in the United States Congress to help Nigeria procure weapons to fight terror. He finally extended an invitation to President Buhari to Washington, D.C. for a visit at a date convenient to both leaders. This is the first time Mr. Trump would be speaking to any African leader since assumption of office. The American president has since been putting calls to other world leaders to enunciate his action plans towards the eradication of terrorism in America. The president's spokesperson, Mr. Femi Adesina, who now joins us to shed light on some more details on the conversation between both leaders. Many thanks so much, Mr. Adesina, for joining us on the program. Let's begin with kind of conversation. We know that President Buhari has met with former President Barack Obama, now a new president. This is the first time both presidents will be talking. What more can you tell us from what we know?
Well, nothing beyond what is in the statements that we have already issued. It was a cordial conversation. President Buhari commended him on winning the American election and being inaugurated into office. And he also had kind words about our president and the work he's doing in Nigeria. Nothing beyond what we have issued.
Interesting, because no one saw this coming, perhaps, with the kind of rhetoric which came from President Donald Trump's campaign when he was seeking office about his feelings and opinions about African nations, and particularly sometimes when he mentioned Nigerians in some of his campaign rhetorics. But at this time, what also can you tell us about the plans of President Muhammadu Buhari with the United States? Is there an extension of the love between President Barack Obama's administration? Is it going to be extended? Are those agreements made during the Barack Obama administration going to be extended in this very one? Perhaps if it came up during that telephone conversation.
Well, we know that governance is a continuum, and I don't think one government will come in and then obliterate all the positive things that have been done by a previous administration. As long as it is positive and it is in the interest of the country. You remember Trump said America will be number one, America will be number two, America will be number three. So anything that is in the interest of America that the previous government did, I'm sure this Trump presidency will continue.
It's interesting to know that President Muhammadu Buhari is perhaps planning to get back to work, because this looks so much like a state affair that he is engaged in. This is perhaps one that we've seen him do since he left Nigeria for that vacation. Does it look like we're expecting the president back in any moment from now?
Well, that issue is already in the public domain with the letter he transmitted to the National Assembly. He said as soon as he has an all clear on his health, he will be back. So I think that issue has been settled.
It's exciting that we know that the president at least had a telephone conversation. That gives an understanding, perhaps, maybe it's as well. That's kind of information that Nigerians want to know. Do you have information as to dates or when the president might be back? You are in touch with London, isn't it?
Yes, I communicate to what has been told to me, and unless I receive a definite communication that says the president will be back on this day, then I can't say it. I'll just be hazarding a guess if I say anything that has not been said to me. Don't forget that I'm a spokesman. I speak for somebody. I communicate what has been transmitted to me.
It's interesting, Mr. Additional. Thank you. But do tell us, maybe we'll hear the president speak to Nigerians now that we've heard him speak with President Trump. Is that okay. A possibility of that? Maybe we can hear him speak to us at some point before he gets back.
Yes, he said maybe, and I also say maybe.
Thank you so much, Mr. Femi Additional. Many thanks, as always, for talking to us on the program.